And we are coming to you today from McAvoy Park here in North Andover, where the North Andover Scarlet Knights will be hosting the St. Peter-Marian Guardians in high school varsity women's softball. Hi, Bill Robert alongside Sizzlecam Sam Murray, and today we're bringing you Scarlet Knights softball, and right now we're bringing you the 9-5 Scarlet Knights team. They're coming off a 5-1 loss versus Andover yesterday. They did play out here at McAvoy yesterday, and we're on the short end of that one. Looking to come back with a big win today. As far as St. Peter-Marian, they're coming off back-to-back losses to Holy Name, one of their sister schools out in the Worcester area. They lost a few days ago 2-1. Yesterday, they lost by a score of 6-2. Both teams, if pressed, can come up with some serious offense, so we'll see how this turns out today. Should be a really good one. It is North Andover versus St. Peter-Marian of Worcester, and it's coming up next right here on Scarlet Knights Softball. As you can see, the dust from that infield still kicking up a little bit with the wind we've got here, and you can see the tree behind the field there, behind the third base side. That's moving around a little bit there, doing a little bit of a dance. And they're getting set at home plate. Umpire will brush it off. And we've got our first batter. And she digs in. And here comes the first pitch. That's a strike. And on the mound for the Scarlet Knights is number 8, Samantha Alholm. And here comes a delivery, and it's hit out to center field. It's going to fall. It's a base hit. And it'll go all the way to the wall. She's digging, going for second. And that's a hit there. Amelia Soltis, number 1, is the number 1 hitter. And she's the number 1 base runner. And we've got our next St. Peter-Marian hitter up to the plate now. No outs, runner on second. Alholm ready to deal. Winds and throws. That one's in. That's in there for a strike. And Alholm getting ready for the next pitch. Here it comes. Oh, she shows bunt. And going to try to advance the runner to the third, but nothing doing. So Soltis is back to second. And now I think it's 1-1, because I don't think she actually offered it that bunt. She showed bunt, but then didn't offer at it. So I believe the count's 1-1 right now. And comes a pitch again, and that's a ground ball. Goes past first, goes right into right field. That's a base hit, and they're going to send the runner home. And the throw, oh, there's going to be no throw. And Soltis has scored, and all of a sudden, it's 1-0 St. Peter-Marian. Still no outs yet. And the next hitter now is number 11. That's Inez Herlihy. There's Inez. She shows bunt. And it looks like everyone's going to be safe. By the way, the previous batter was number 6, Lauren Moran. Oh, it's oh, actually, everyone went back because it wound up going foul. So Herlihy back to the plate now. I was actually looking down at my score sheet, and then looked up and said, whoop, foul. It's all coming back. So there we go again. Pitch comes in, and that's high. So right now, St. Peter-Marian has a runner on first, and they've already got one in. Very quick score. First batter gets on with a double, then comes home with an RBI single. Alholm gets set, throws it in. She shows bunt, and They're going to try and move her to second, and she comes back to first. Moran was kind of caught between bases. Tried to go for second, but then they threw to second. Made it back to first in time. And that was a strike because Hurley, he did show bunt and she actually went for it, but wound up not connecting. They were trying to move the runner Moran over to second to no avail. And another pitch coming from Alholm. Call time quickly. And here we go again. Alholm in the pitching area, ready to go. And she offers, and that's a strike, and she's down. Strikes out swinging, and that is the first out for St. Peter-Marian, the first strikeout for the pitcher, Alholm. Alholm getting ready to deliver. And she's got it now. That's a strike. Low pitch. And that is in. That's another strike. So very quickly, Alholm up on the count. 0-2. One out, runner on first for St. Peter-Marian. 1-0 in favor of the Guardians. I said Crusaders. That's Holy Cross. That's a different team in Worcester. Alholm with the pitch, and that's a ground ball. Goes to second. She goes to first, and the runner will advance, but the second runner is out. Emily Smith grounds out. But in doing so, she advances the runner, so it turns out to be fielder's choice. That's an out, and that'll go 5-3 in the books. Here comes the first pitch from Alholm, and that gets away, and they're going to advance the runner. The ball does get away from the catcher, and as a result, Moran is now on third. They've got a second possible scoring run on third, looking to come home. And the hitter number 12, Chloe Beeland. Alholm getting ready to deliver. Here comes the pitch. And that is right in there, strike. Beeland took that pitch, and it was a strike. So Alholm could be getting out of this one. She's got 2 outs right now. In comes the pitch, and that's popped up, and let's see, will they get it to first? She bobbles the ball, but throws it. So we're through the first half of an inning. St. Peter-Marian gets on the board quickly with a run, and they lead going into the bottom half of the first inning. It is St. Peter-Marian 1 and North Andover coming up to bat. Bottom half of the first inning, first pitch coming in. Oh, she's hit! Took that one right up top. First hitter for the Scarlet Knights, Haley Gove, winds up getting hit herself. HBP, hit by pitch, and she is now on first. So much like the Guardians, the Scarlet Knights have the leadoff runner on base. And coming up now is number 3, Carly Howe for the Scarlet Knights. Gove just walking it off for a second. Just taking a quick look there at the... and they're done, and she will take her base, and we will resume play now. So that is the leadoff hitter, Haley Gove, who is on first base after taking that one up high. Pitcher for the Guardians today is number 27, Erin McKay. And she's now set to face her second batter, Carly Howe. In comes the first pitch, and a little bit of movement there from Gove, but couple of players running towards first, but she gets back pretty quickly. Covering her there at first base is Emily Smith for the Guardians. Here comes the pitch, and that's up high. And they're trying to sneak behind Gove, try a little pickoff move. Nothing doing there. McKay coming in with another pitch. That one's high, and it's off the glove of the catcher, and that means that Gove's going to advance. She makes it to second now. So just like St. Peter-Marian right now, North Andover has their leadoff runner at second base. No outs, their first inning, and already they've got a runner in scoring position. Pitch comes in from McKay. That's a strike. As once again, we have a little bit of a dust cloud coming up over the field. McKay getting in position, ready for her next pitch. And it comes, and that's a strike. She takes the pitch. Doesn't swing. And so that's another strike. McKay with the pitch, and that one's fouled back to the backstop. So she is still alive. And the Trees really doing a dance now. Winds are picked up here. McKay delivers again, and it's a solid hit. It's going to be in right field. That's a base hit. And going to third now is Gove. First two runners have reached. First two hitters, I should say, have reached, but doesn't matter because once they were hitters, now they are runners. And they're on base. And Haley Gove has a really good view of home plate right now. Let's see if they can bring her in. Next batter now for the Scarlet Knights is number 9, Olivia Rondo. And McKay with the pitch. That is low. No one advancing there. So that's a ball to Rondo. McKay, and let's see. Whoa! Out. Oh, safe! On the pitch there. Howe went for second base. And they did get the throw there in time. It's just the fielder, I believe that was Hurley. He wasn't able to get around and get the tag on Howe. I thought you got the tag, but did not. That one is high. That's a ball. Pitch from McKay. So basically a stolen base there for Carly Howe. So she's on second now. Haley Gove is on third. Two runners in scoring position. Here's a pitch, and that's low. And that's a ball. That's a walk. And now the Scarlet Knights have loaded them up. And our next batter for the Scarlet Knights is number 10. That's Alyssa Roderick. McKay with the pitch. Roderick fouls it back. That's strike one. Roderick at bat, and the bases are full. North Andover trying to generate some offense in this bottom half of the first. St. Peter-Marian set the tone, scoring one right off. North Andover looking to come right back. Pitch from McKay. That's high. So, I believe the count is 1-1 right now. Keep in mind, if you're McKay, there's no room for error. She walks this batter, a run comes in. And that one is low. Or is it? No, he calls strike. Must have just caught the knees. So it looks to be 1-2 now. Erin McKay still looking for her first out of this bottom of the first inning. And it's a ground ball, and it goes right to third, and they get the force at home, and Let's see. And it looks like they've got a double play indeed. Double play. So all of a sudden it went from no outs, bases loaded to 2 outs, runners on second and third. As the ground ball went up the third base line. So I believe it was a 5-2 to 3 double play. Third base, threw it home, and then they threw to first. 2 outs now, and that one, first pitch, fouled up the first base line. And the batter's going to be number 14, that's Devin McElhinney. And McKay getting ready for the next pitch. And that was low, it's in the dirt, and nice job by the catcher keeping it in front of her. Make sure that one doesn't get away, because that one gets away, you've got a run coming home. And coming in, and that's a fly ball. Will anyone get there? It looks like. Oh, it goes over her head. It goes to the wall, and both runs are going to score. McElhinney into second. Not sure how they're going to score that. She looked like she was under it, but the last second, I don't know if the wind caught it or whatever, but it went over her outstretched glove and rolled all the way to the wall. So, for now, I will put that down as a double. A 2-run double. And all of a sudden, Scarlet Knights are up 2-1 in the bottom of the first as McKay delivers her pitch, and it's a line shot, and that's going to the wall too, and that's going to bring McElhinney home. And now going to second base is number 13, Talia Brown. Back-to-back doubles and another run coming in for the Scarlet Knights, and they now lead by a score of 3-1. And making way for our next hitter, that's number 5, that's Sarah Monahan. McKay. Ready, goes. And that one is fouled off. And, oh! Nice, close, almost catch there from one of the assembled multitude here. And here we go again. That one is high, so that's a ball, 1-1. So Monahan up to bat. That one's low, that's a ball. So here's the situation, 2 outs, bottom of the first. North Andover up right now by a score of 3-1. The possible 4th run is standing on second base in the form of Talia Brown. And that's a ground ball. That's just going to dribble up over to first. She can't beat the throw. And there it'll go, 4-3. And that'll do it for this first inning. North Andover are able to push a few across, and at the score at the end of this first inning, North Andover 3, St. Peter-Marian 1. Coming up next, second inning action. This is Scarlet Knights softball. Top of the second inning, St. Peter-Marian got off to a quick start with a run, but then North Andover got off to an even quicker start with 3 runs. So they started out with the lead, but right now the Guardians, I almost said it again, Crusaders, no, that's Holy Cross. Wrong Worcester School, Bill. The Guardians right now find themselves 2 runs down. And their next batter coming up right now. And back at the pitching area for her second inning of action is Samantha Alholm. Getting set for her initial delivery of the inning. And it comes, and it is low in the dirt, ball 1. Alholm getting ready for the next pitch. Here it comes. Goes in, that one's high. That's a ball 2. Very quickly, she's behind in the count, 2-0. And that one is high as well. 3-0 now. And the Scarlet Knights pitcher very close to putting the leadoff hitter on base again. Well, the first time it was a double, but this time we'll see what happens here. 3-0 the count. Alholm delivers, and that one's low. And that's a base on balls. 4 straight pitches, 4 straight balls. And so that is a walk, and we've got a runner on base. No outs. And the first pitch comes in. The runner on first, by the way, number 19, Brianna Ralston for St. Peter-Marian. And Alholm delivers. Big cut there. Gedsiger chasing up high. That's a strike. Top of the second inning, 3-1 right now in favor of North Andover. North Andover versus St. Peter-Marian here at McAvoy Park in North Andover. And the pitch comes in from Alholm, and once again she cuts, and she strikes out swinging. And I believe that was number 20, Kaylin Sundstrom. I say I believe because don't have a lineup card from St. Peter-Marian. I'm trying to read the backs off the jerseys, but at this distance with the dark numbers on the dark jersey, sometimes it's a little hard to make out. So I believe that was a number 20 I saw. So so that's Sundstrom. Next batter up now for St. Peter-Marian. Alholm ready to deliver. And that's cut right out to, actually it's going to be a fielder's choice as it goes right out to where the second base player was playing. And she was able to get it, so picked up by Rondo. Rondo threw it over to McElhinney for the out. And so I believe that was 25. That one. Eleni Drositis. Hope I got that right. As she grounds out. But she advances the runner to second, so it's a fielder's choice. As the ball came to second base, and that's where Rondo picked it up, threw it to McElhinney to get the sure out at first. But in doing so, there's now a runner in scoring position. That runner, once again, number 19, Brianna Ralston. Alholm set to deliver. Here comes the pitch, and that's a ground ball. That's going to go right to second. Once again, out 4-3, and that'll do it. And St. Peter-Marian gets their leadoff runner on base, but after that, 3 straight outs, and at the end of 1.5, the score stands North Andover 3, St. Peter-Marian 1. We'll be back right after this. Bottom of the second about to start. Coming back to the mound now, Erin McKay for the Guardians. Her first pitch is in there for a strike. As she faces the North Andover batter, number 7, that is Sophie Mitchell. So Mitchell up to bat now. McKay, next pitch. And that one is popped up, and it's over the backstop. And hopefully not near where Sam parked his car to avoid foul balls. Sam just gave me a hand signal. Nope, I'm good. So that one's foul. Waiting for the dust cloud to die down. And McKay heads back into her set and winds up. That one's high. That's a ball, so it's 2-1 now. So this is the catcher, Sophie Mitchell, up to bat now. And let's see, popped up, and it's foul, but no one was going to be able to get there anyway. So that's the second strike, so now the count 2-2. Count is even. And up, and up. That ball's up a little bit, so we've got a full count now. It's 3-2. In comes the pitch, and that's popped up, and obviously foul. But no one was getting there to get that, so she's able to stay alive, still full count. I believe what we have here is coming up to a 7-pitch at bat now for the leadoff hitter, Mitchell. And she swings and she misses, and she goes down. That is the first strikeout of the game for McKay. And that's going to bring up the pitcher, number 8, Alholm. And lines it right to, well, basically just a little hot right to second. She beats it out, the throw goes wild. Alholm hit a little bit of a chopper. It was fielded at second base. Alholm had the jets on and was able to outrun the throw. She would have made it anyway, but then they weren't able to field it at first base as a result. Alholm doesn't advance as a result of that, but still she's on base, and that is going to be a single because she did beat it out. And we've got a pinch runner for the North Andover Scarlet Knights. It's going to be number 12, Talia Asvestas. She's going to be handling the running duties for the pitcher. Right now she stands at first, getting ready to possibly add to this North Andover lead if she can get around the bases. And at bat now, we're back to the top of the order. It's Haley Gove. First inning, she got hit by a pitch. Made it all the way to third, but then was thrown out on a 5-2-3 double play. Here comes McKay once again, coming in, and it's a bunt, and they're going to try and go to first with it, and oh, the ball's loose once again, and the runner's going to advance to third. She's in, and she is safe. Nice bit of base running there. Talia Asvestas made a beeline all the way for third, as Gove got down to first, but then once again the ball not properly caught at first base. So as a result, she is on base. And I think they still had her by a couple of steps, so I think that one might wind up being an error, but it's going to be a throwing error or a fielding error. Well, for now, we'll just put it as a single and then try and figure it elsewhere. And that's a fly ball coming in, and it is caught. And she's going to tag up now. That's a big throw into the catcher, and she is out. And that was Carly Howe, hit a fly ball, caught at center. The runner tried to tag up, was not able to. That's going to do it. So a couple of runners make it on base, but no one comes around. And at the end of 2 innings, the score stands. The North Andover Scarlet Knights 3 and the St. Peter-Marian Guardians 1. We'll be back with third inning action next. You're watching Scarlet Knights softball. Getting set for the top of the third inning now. And St. Peter-Marian up to bat. And once again, pitching there is Alholm. Her first pitch is in the dirt. And we're back to the top of the order. Amelia Soltis, number 1, batting now for St. Peter-Marian. Alholm back to pitch. Second pitch, that one a little high. So now it's 2-0. You may remember Alholm walked the first pitcher in the last inning, first batter rather, out on 4 pitches. Then got the rest of the team out. And that's in for a strike, so it's now 2-1. And right now the pitcher for the Scarlet Knights, Sarah Alholm. She's staked to a 3-1 lead. Let's see what she can do here. Pitch comes in, and that one is fouled off. And now the count is 2-2. She's evened it up. So first time Soltis was up in the first inning, very first batter of the game, she hit a double and then scored on the subsequent single by Moran.
Hey guys, guess what? I've broken my streak.
And that one fouled off, so she stays alive. Once again, Alholm getting ready to pitch. 2-2 count. And that one is hit out to center, I'm sorry, to left field. I knew sooner or later I kept going through him, I'd get the right field there. Hit to left field, and once again, Soltis is on. This time just a single. Last time it was a double. So that is her second hit of the game. Her third hit allowed by Samantha Alholm. As she gets set to face the next batter here, which will be number 6, Lauren Moran. First time up, she hit a single, brought home Soltis, who was on second. And now similar situation, except this time Soltis is on first, not second. There are no outs. There's a runner on base, and now Moran at the plate. Alholm getting ready for the pitch. Brings it in, and that one's right in there for a strike. The pitch, that one's high. That's a ball and a strike. Oh. Timeout is once again. The field gets a little dusty. The sand on the inside blowing around. On first base there, it's Amelia Soltis. Pitch comes in, and that's a strike, so it's 1-2 now. One ball, 2 strikes. Top of the third inning. Right now, St. Peter-Marian trailing North Andover by a score of 3-1. As once again, it's blustery and dusty all at the same time. I guess it's dustery. Or, yeah, we'll stay with that. Everyone in position, ready to go again. Here comes Alholm, the pitch, and that is a swing and a strike. She is gone. Moran strikes out. That is the third strikeout for Alholm. And that'll bring number 11, Inez Herlihy, to the plate. Her first time up, she struck out. Alholm's first pitch, and that is a ground ball, and that is going to be just stay right in front of the catcher, and they get it in time. As standing there at the bag was McElhenney. Got the throw from the catcher, Mitchell, and so that'll be a out, 2-3. But it will advance the runner too, so once again, Soltis finding herself on second. She can run. All she needs is a single to bring her home, especially with 2 outs. And coming up now is number 2, Emily Smith. Smith at bat. Here comes the first pitch from Alholm, and that is a fly ball. Let's see where it's going to go. It's going to go foul. And it's going to be out of play. So everything sets back up. Soltis goes back to second. And Smith taking another practice cut. Alholm ready to deliver. And that one is low. So that'll be 1-1 now. Alholm ready to deliver again, and that one is fouled back. Loud ping. Definitely got some contact on that, but Shot it right back to the backstop. So 2 outs, runner on second. Alholm looking to finish out the side this top of the third inning. A little extra time with the wind. And here comes the pitch. That one's high. That's a ball. So 2 outs. Alholm almost out of this one. Had some help from her friends in this inning. And that one once again fouled back, and that one's going to make it all the way to Sutton Street. Look out! Uh-oh. Might have hit a car. All right, wind whipping up once again. It's definitely getting cloudier. As Alholm delivers, oh, she's way in front of that. Another strikeout for Alholm. That's her 4th. And the side is retired in the top of the 3rd. St. Peter-Marian gets a runner all the way to second, but can't bring her across. At the end of 3.5, the score stands. The North Andover Scarlet Knights 3 and the St. Peter-Marian Guardians 1. Coming up next, North Andover comes to bat in the bottom of the 3rd inning. We'll be right back. Bottom of the 3rd inning about to start here, and coming up for the North Andover Scarlet Knights, it's number 9, Olivia Rondo, and she takes the first pitch and she fouls it back over the backstop. So it's 0-1 the count. And once again, here comes McKay with the pitch, and that is a shot out to center field, and that is going to be a base hit. Bobbled a little bit, but then brought in. And so Rondo leads off with a single. So we've got a runner on first to start the inning. And coming up now is number 10, that's Alyssa Roderick. And her first pitch to her is a strike from Erin McKay. Bottom of the 3rd inning, no outs, runner on first. North Andover 3, St. Peter-Marian 1. And McKay with the pitch, and a bunt, and there we go. Picked up by the catcher, thrown to first. They got the runner at first, but then they do advance the runner, so nice sacrifice there. Nice bunt by Roderick, which now advances Rondo to second. So 1 out for the Scarlet Knights. They do have a runner in scoring position. And up now coming is Devin McElhinney. McElhinney, double, first time up. Knocked in a couple of runs. First pitch from McKay. That one is high, ball 1. And the wind's still kicking up here. Next pitch from McKay. And that is a solid shot, line drive. That's going to go into right field. That'll be a base hit. And they're going to try and send her around. And the throw comes in. Cut off. So McElhinney there with a single and another RBI. She's got 3 on the day. And North Andover's got another run. They now lead 4-1. As coming around on that one was Rondo. She was at second. McElhinney just hit it right into center field where it was picked up there by number 25. That's Dorcetus. I hope I got that name right. And that's a low ball. Goes right through the legs of the first baseman, and that's going to be a base hit as well. As up at the plate there was number 13, Talia Brown. If you may remember Brown in the first inning had a double that brought home McElhinney after McElhinney drove in 2 runs. So we've got 1 out, runners on first and second, And coming to the plate now is number 5, that's Sarah Monahan. First pitch from McKay, and that is way high, and that'll advance everybody as it goes right to the backstop. So McElhinney and Brown will advance. They're now both in scoring position, second and third. Only one out. And here, even a good fly ball will bring at least one of them home. Well, obviously bring one of them home, unless there's a throwing error. Single might bring them both home. Pitch coming in, and that's a ground ball right to the pitcher. She's just gonna throw it to first, and everyone stays in place. So that's out 1-3. Hit right back to the pitcher, McKay. She just threw it to first base to Smith and recorded the out there. So now it's 2 outs, 2 on base. North Andover's already brought 1 runner across in this portion of the third inning. And McKay getting set to pitch. Here it comes. And that's a line drive, and that's going to be out to left field. Right field, no, left field. What am I saying here? That's going to bring home a run. Obviously, I'm actually sitting facing the other side of the field, so I don't know. That must be why I'm getting left and right field mixed up today. But anyway, that was a single, and it brought in a run. And that, by the way, was the catcher, Sophie Mitchell. And that first pitch is fouled back. Up at bat now is, once again, the pitcher, Samantha Alholm. So right now, pitcher versus pitcher. And that's in the dirt. That's a ball. And that's in the dirt. And it actually gets past the catcher, and one of these runs will come home. So scoring on that one was Brown. Now Brown is home. Mitchell's on second. And that one's in the dirt, or is it? No, it's fouled off. So the inning started off Rondo getting on first, then was bunted over to second, and then from there, McElhinney with a single that drove her in, then Brown with a single. They advanced. And then, oh, she's out. Nope, that's a strikeout, so. There we go. That's going to do it for that part of the inning, but another strikeout there for McKay. But 3 more runs score for the Scarlet Knights. And at the end of 3 innings, the score stands: the Scarlet Knights of North Andover 6 and the Guardians of St. Peter-Marian 1. Coming up next, we'll bring you the 4th inning. Top of the 4th inning about to start, and right now North Andover has a nice lead as they bring 3 more runners across in the bottom of the 3rd. They now lead by a score of 6-1 over St. Peter-Marian. Once again, Samantha Alholm getting set to face her first batter, who will be Chloe Beeland. And she's digging in now, getting ready. Alholm ready to deal. And this 4th inning is underway. First pitch comes in, and that's a ground ball, and that's going to go over to third. She's going to go to first, and it's scooped out of the dirt. Nice catch there by McElhinney. And that's 1 out. And that'll just be recorded as a 5-3 out. So 1 down for the Guardians. And the next batter up now is Ralston, number 19. She takes a ball. 1-0 now. Next pitch from Alholm. That is in the dirt all the way to the backstop, but no runners on base, so in that particular case, no consequence. And here we go again. Alholm getting ready to deliver. Indoor motion. In comes the pitch. Swing and a miss. That's a strike. Fourth inning action here. This is Scarlet Knights softball. Scarlet Knights up by a score of 6-1. And Alholm with the pitch. And that is a ground ball. Gets to the shortstop. Flies it over to first. Oh, McElhinney can't pull it out. And the runner's going to advance to second. And I'm sorry, I had that runner down as Ralston. Actually, that runner is number 3. And number 3 is Rory Hughes. Next batter is up, and here comes the pitch from Alholm. Indoor motion, here comes the pitch, and that is fouled right back to the backstop. And so it's 0-1. And the pitch, that is left her hand a little funny. It popped way up. That'll be a ball. So now it's 1-1. And the batter, number 20, that's Caitlin Sundstrom. Sundstrom digging in. The pitch from Alholm takes a cut and a big miss. And that's strike 2. Sun coming back out now, the clouds receding, but the wind not giving up. Alholm's next pitch, swing and a miss, and actually no, just fouled it off. Just got a piece of it. It was low there, I wasn't sure for a sec, but she did get a piece of it. So she is able to stay alive, but she still has 2 strikes on her. Alholm looking for the finish here. Here comes the pitch. That is low, that's a ball. After today's action, the Scarlet Knights travel next to Newton North. First pitch in that game is 4 p.m. That'll be on Friday the 24th. Meanwhile, this game's still going on. 4th inning, Alholm's next pitch, and that is, just up. That'll look good, but not good enough apparently. So I believe we're at a 2-2 count now. And Alholm ready to deliver. Here comes the pitch, and that is a ground ball, and that's going to go, basically the catcher has it, fires it up to first, and she is out. Mitchell was able to get it up to McElhinney. And that is a strike. This should be, isn't that 3? Hang on, timeout. At bat now is Dorcetus. And that's a ball. So going back, basically, We've got 2 outs and there's a runner on third. And that's, oh, it goes right through the second base person. Not fielded there cleanly by Rondo. It went right through her. And as a result, Sundstrom brings in a run. So now it is 6-2. And that Dorcetus was the batter who was just up, and she has the RBI. There's a shot out to left field, going high between the fielders, and that's over everything. Touch them all. That's a home run there for number 16, Isabel Tortora. She'll bring the runners home. And St. Peter-Marian is catching up here. So there we go. First player to leave the yard. That is number 16. That is Isabel Tortora. Touch them all, Isabel. There we go. And the first home run surrendered by either pitcher today. And that'll bring the score to 6-4 in favor of the North Andover Scarlet Knights. There's a shot out to left field, going high between the fielders, and that's over everything. Touch them all. That's a home run there for number 16, Isabel Tortora. She'll bring the runners home. And St. Peter-Marian is catching up here. First pitch from Alholm to Soltis. There we go. And that one's high. That's a strike. That's the first time we've seen somebody leave the yard today. Isabel Tortora, number 16. Nice hit to left center field. That one, small grounder, picked up, and there we go. Rondo got it over to McElhinney, and that's the out that'll retire the side. But St. Peter-Marian has shown some fireworks here. 3 runs brought home, and the score after 4.5 is North Andover 6 and St. Peter-Marian 4. Coming up next, North Andover will come to bat. And we're starting off the bottom of the 4th inning. St. Peter-Marian just scored 3, and now North Andover, they were leading by 5. Now the lead is just 2, 6-4. And the first pitch is a ball to number 17. That's Allison Segrosso, who's in as a pinch hitter. That's one way high over everything. So Segrosso will be the, Segrosso actually, will be the new center fielder as she comes in for Haley Gove, batting first in the order. Awaiting the next pitch from Erin McKay. Here it comes, and that one is a ball. So for a while, it looked like an easy coast for North Andover, but then St. Peter-Marian showing some offense in the top of the 4th. And, oh, they hit right back to the pitcher, and that's going to be out as McKay throws it over to Smith. Okay, so the first out, Segrosso grounds out to the pitcher. Next batter grounds out to, looks like, the shortstop. That gets thrown over. It gets past her, actually. Tried to make the throw. Smith couldn't field it. The throw made by number 6, Lauren Moran. Moran fired a throw to trying to get it in time, but was not able to. So as a result, getting on base is Carly Howe. And that's a ground ball. Goes right to, once again, she's able to get it. One, and I think got the double play. Oh, actually, let's see. Yeah, she made it. I think her foot may have come off the bag before she caught the throw. So it was a fielder's choice. So Howe was forced out, but then Rondo got on base. Actually, is that Rondo? We got to double check a number here because I think that is okay. And our next batter now is Roderick. That pitch is in for a ball. And that one fouled back. And once again, getting set to pitch, McKay. McKay with that really forceful, wild delivery. Here she comes, and that one is popped up and goes right through everybody into center field. And we've got runners on first and second now, as it's fielded by the center fielder, Beeland. So there we go. So 2 outs. And 2 runners on base. And coming up now is that's Devin McElhinney, who already has 3 RBIs. And she hits one along the ground right to the shortstop, and they'll just get it over to Herlihy, who puts the tag on the base for the force out. And that'll do it for the Scarlet Knights in the bottom half of the 4th. They don't push any across. They still have the lead, although it's not quite the lead they had to start this inning. And right now the score is North Andover 6 and St. Peter-Marian 4. And we will be back with more action next. Stick around. This is Scarlet Knights softball right here on North Andover Cam. And it's a ground ball right to Rondo. She throws it over, and that is 1 out. So a quick first out there as Moran grounds out. And up now is Herlihy for St. Peter-Marian. Inez Herlihy, the batter now for the Guardians. Top of the 5th inning. And that's a bit of a pop there, and that's going to drop and fall foul. Alholm getting set for her next pitch. As Herlihy steps back into the box. Up, and she calls timeout again. 1 out, top of the 5th inning, and right now North Andover leading by a score of 6-4. Alholm with the pitch. That one's high. That'll be a ball. Alholm, next pitch. That one is a strike. There we go. So far, Alholm pitching a pretty good game. She's got a few strikeouts. The only blemish, obviously, being that fourth inning home run to Tortora. As she's getting set to deliver her next pitch here to Herlihy. Inez Herlihy for SPM, and that is low. That is a ball. So after retiring Moran for a quick out, we're at 1 out right now in this 5th inning. And, oh, swung and up, foul tip. She's able to stay alive. And Alholm getting set to deliver once again. Here's the pitch, and that's popped up, and that's going to be foul again. That's out of play. No foul anyway. And once again, pitcher versus batter. Here comes Alholm's pitch. And once again, fouled off. Just keeps staying alive, fouling those just pitches out, just one after the other. Foul tip, one over foul and left, and then another one just popped up once again. So staying in there, getting their hacks. And pops one up this time, and once again, that was going to be foul. And that one caught by a tree. However, since the tree is wearing Scarlet Knights colors, I don't think that's going to count. As the tree is not wearing Scarlet Knights colors, which I think I said. And wind picking up a little bit again. So you start to dance around, although no more infield sandstorms just yet. The batter still Herlihy. And that one is high. And that is a ball 4. So after a really good at bat, fouling off a bunch of pitches, she finally sees the pitch she likes and doesn't swing at it, but still gets on base as she is walked. And that's another walk, her second one actually for Alholm now. And our next batter coming to the plate now is number 2. At first base, it is Emily Smith. Well, she plays first base, looking to get on first base. And the pitch from Alholm, that's a ground ball. That's going to go over to second, and that's going to be a fielder's choice. As it was picked up by Rondo, she got it over to McElhinney for that out. Fielder's choice there. But with that, Herlihy advances to second base. So right now, with the situation here, 2 outs for St. Peter-Marian, but they have another runner in scoring position. And coming up to the plate now is number 12. That is Chloe Beeland. And first pitch in is a strike. So 1 strike to Beeland as Samantha Alholm gets ready to pitch once again. In comes the pitch, and that is lined right to shortstop. And a beautiful play there. Carly Howe, number 3, just grabs that one out of the air, and the side is retired. After 5.5, the score stands North Andover 6 and St. Peter-Marian 4. More action coming up next. You're watching Scarlet Knights softball right here on North Andover Cam. Bottom of the 5th inning underway, and the first pitch into the batter. And the first pitch into Brown is a ball. And here we go once again. And Brown hits it, and that's going to be foul. So it's 1-1 now. Playing first base. I'm sorry. What? At bat for the Scarlet Knights here is Center fielder, number 13, Talia Brown. Pitch from McKay. Ooh, swings and misses. That's a strike, obviously. And that's a ball. And the pitch coming in from McKay. And that is popped up and caught. And Brown is retired. And that'll bring up Sarah Monahan for the Scarlet Knights. One down, bottom of the fifth inning. Scarlet Knights still up 6-4. And that one's a ball. In comes the pitch, and that one's lined. It goes right up the middle, and that'll be a base hit. So there we go, Monahan on first, as she sends one right up the middle, right into center field. And she is the first runner on base this bottom of the fifth for the Scarlet Knights. One out, one on base, and coming to bat right now is number 7, the catcher. That's Sophie Mitchell. Mitchell so far has a strikeout and a single for an RBI. And she grounds it, and that's going to be foul. So they'll bring him back and do it again. McKay getting ready to deal once again. In comes the pitch, and that is a, let's see, it's going to go right over her head. That's another base hit. However, the runner had held up. As a result, she is forced out at second, so it's a fielder's choice. And now we still have a runner on first, but now there are 2 outs. And coming to bat now, once again, is the pitcher, Samantha Alholm. And she tags this one, but it goes right to center field, and there it's caught easily. And that'll retire the side. Quick inning for the Scarlet Knights, 4 up. And 3 down pretty quickly. They leave a runner on base. And at the end of 5 complete innings, the score stands. The North Andover Scarlet Knights 6 and the St. Peter-Marian Guardians 4. Coming up next, 6th inning action. Stay with us. You're watching North Andover Scarlet Knights softball right here on North Andover Cam. 6th inning about to kick off here, and coming up to the plate for the Guardians, it is number 3. And she puts one right up the middle. That's a base hit. And let's see, will she head for second? No, she will not. That's a base hit for the Guardians, Emily Hughes. I'm sorry, Rory Hughes. And now Hughes is on first, so they get their first base runner on base. And that one fouled off. First pitch to number 20, that once again is Caitlin Sundstrom. So 1 strike to Sundstrom as Alholm gets set to pitch again. And, oh boy, she fouled it off her ankle. That's gotta hurt. Just stretching it off, walking it off. That's all. That's fouled off again. By the way, my apologies at the bat right now. That is not Brianna Sundstrom. That's actually the pitcher, numbers 27. That's Erin McKay. And, oh, she fouled it off her other ankle. So 2 strikes. No outs, runner on first base. And that one's in the dirt. And the pickoff move, they go back, and she's safe. She just got back. I think Hughes kind of thought maybe they had problems holding the ball at the plate, so she was a little off, a little late in coming back. They fired the ball and almost got her. She just got back in time. Nice pickoff move there. And here we go. The pitch goes in, and that's a strike. And she is caught looking. McKay goes down on strikes. I believe that is her second strikeout today. And that'll bring up the right fielder, number 25, Eleni Drosidis. Alholm getting ready to deal. Here comes the pitch, and that one's in for a strike. 6-4 right now in favor of the North Andover Scarlet Knights. And once again at bat here, the right fielder Dorsidis. Alholm with the pitch. And that one is shot right into center field. That's a base hit. And let's see here. It's going to move Hughes all the way to third. Dorsidis into second easily with a double. And so now we've got runners on second and third, 1 out. Nice hit from Dorsidis, the right fielder. And now that'll bring up the bottom of the order. Number 16, Isabel Tortora. Although I say the bottom of the order, but in name only, because last time she was at the plate, she put one out of here. And the pitch comes in, and that's a strike. Last time she was up, she had a runner on third, and she put it out of here. Let's see what she can do this time. Alholm with the delivery. And that one's fouled off. 1 down, 2 runners in scoring position, top of the 6th, and look like Alholm's in a little bit of trouble here. Let's see if she can get herself out of it. Tortora at the plate. Ready to go. Oh, fouled one off again. One out, top of the 6th. North Andover still up by 2. One swing of the bat could change that, though. And this batter's already done that once today. Her name is Tortora, and she Tortora the cover off the ball. At least last time she was up, that was a home run. Let's see what she can do this time. Pitch comes in, and swing, and a foul. Umpire calls foul. Just barely got a piece of it, which is actually a good thing for North Andover, because otherwise that ball's to the backstop and you have people coming home. Right now the tying run is on second base for the Guardians of St. Peter-Marian as the North Andover pitcher comes back. And it comes in, and she fouls that one off. That one out of here, but in the other direction. Isabel Tortora hanging tough here. And once again, here comes Alholm with the next pitch. Here we go. And that one's high. Every pitch so important here right now. A couple of runners that see an opportunity to score. Can St. Peter-Marian bring them across? Pitch from Alholm, swing and a strike. And that time out, takes a big cut, maybe looking for a repeat performance, but that time she just strikes out. And that is the 6th strikeout of the afternoon for Samantha Alholm. And she deals her next pitch, and that one's up high. And once again, she's facing the top of the order, Amelia Soltis. Two on, two out. 2-run lead for North Andover. Tying run on second for St. Peter-Marian. Pitch. Strike. St. Peter-Marian knocking on the door. North Andover trying not to answer if at all possible. Keep that door closed. Oh, timeout called at the plate. Alholm getting ready to deliver. Here we go. That one's fouled off and just makes it past the backstop. And we'll do this all over again. In comes the pitch, and that is a ground ball. It goes through the pitcher, and oh, it stopped at second base, but they're still going to get a couple of runs in, as it wasn't fielded cleanly by Rondo, and now the runner's going to advance all the way to third. So it's a base hit right up the middle. Rondo tried to get it, just couldn't come up with it. Meantime, 2 runs came around. So all of a sudden this one's all knotted up at 6 apiece. And you've got the go-ahead run on third base now. After what transpired, basically, Rondo couldn't field the ball cleanly. They finally got it home, but while they got it home, they couldn't field it cleanly either. So as a result, the runner advanced all the way to third. And the first pitch to our next batter, number 6, Lauren Moran. From the pitcher, Samantha Alholm. This is tied up, 6-6. And that one, little bit of a misfire there. Alholm trying to go the distance here. She's got 2 outs. But 3 hits plus a couple of fielding issues that brought a couple of runners home. And let's see, that one's going to go, and it's going to drop foul as it was shot up the first base line. Went foul in right field. And we'll do this all over again. That is a strike. Strike to Moran. Top of the 6th inning, 2 outs. And in the words of the late Bob Wilson, this one's all brand new and shiny. Tied game, 6-6 between St. Peter-Marian and North Andover. And the pitcher Alholm ready again. And it comes, and that one's high. And here we go again. And that is shot right up. That'll bring the run home. And St. Peter-Marian has taken the lead. Fielded there and thrown back by Jordan Epperty, who's now in center field. But another run has crossed the plate. Moran with an RBI. And as a result, it's now 7-6 in favor of St. Peter-Marian. After 1 point finding themselves down by 5, now they lead by 1. And coming up next here is Hurley, number 11, takes the first pitch in, and that is a strike. Moran at first. All home, ready to deal. In comes the pitch, the runner's going. She swings and misses, but unfortunately, the ball is in the dirt, and as a result, Moran's going to get an easy path to second base. So now St. Peter-Marian has an insurance run in scoring position. And all home is facing Hurley. Inez Hurley for St. Peter-Marian. Pitch comes in, and that is low. That's a ball. And once again, the clouds come in, and so do the breezes. And the goose pimples on the arms of our camera guy. Oh, and the wind's coming in. Good thing I taped all my rosters down today. Home obviously not happy with what has transpired in this half of the inning. Hoping her teammates can bring her back in the bottom half. And that one just a check swing, and that's going to be foul. Basically held out the bat, a little bit of a check swing, but it was enough to make contact with the ball and foul it off into left field. And she is still alive, especially late in the game. The more pitches you can rack up, the better if you're at bat. And right now we've got a discussion at the mound between Mitchell and the pitcher Alholm. Play ball, says the umpire, and once again, Alholm getting ready to deliver. She's in her windup, and she delivers, and that is shot over the third baseman's head, and that's going to be a fair ball, and that's going to bring in a run too. And ball is loose, and they're just going to look Hurley back to first base where she gets a single and another RBI. And this is the 4-run sixth inning right now for St. Peter-Marian, and they lead this thing 8-6. And that'll bring up the next batter, number 2, Emily Smith. So far, Smith is hitting to a fielder's choice, has struck out once. And right now she's facing Alholm again for the 4th time today. Runner on first, 2 outs. 4 runs in for St. Peter-Marian. Pitch from Alholm, and the steal attempt. They're going to throw to second, and it's going to go into center field. And they're going to hold her to second, though, as backing up the play there was Jordan DePurdy. But they tried to get it over to Carly Howe, and she just couldn't come up with it in time. That throw might have been close to being on time, too. It just wasn't cleanly fielded, wound up in center field. And right now, Alholm just wants out of this inning. Her pitch comes in, and that is popped up. And let's see. Nope. Still no cars hit. And once again, increasingly long inning for Samantha Alholm. Here we go. In with the pitch. That is low, and that is actually past the catcher. Didn't go far, but it was enough for the runner to get to third base. So all of a sudden, third base, it's, I guess, well, we've already gotten the insurance run, so what is this, the annuity run or the term life run, or what would that be? The comprehensive coverage run? Alholm with the pitch, and that is a ground ball that is going foul, and we'll do this all over again. 4 in for the Guardians in this top half of the 6th inning. And right now they lead by a score of 8-6. Big inning for the team from Worcester. We mentioned at the outset of the game, both these teams can turn on the offense when they have to. St. Peter-Marian has just done that, and North Andover is going to have to do that. So Hurley actually is, let's see. Hurley's on third. Smith still at bat. And she rings one right into left center field. That's going to be a base hit. And that'll bring in another run. So now we're at 9-6. And we've got a bit of a conference at the mound right now. And I wonder if that means we've seen the last of Samantha Alholm for the day. Bunch of players out there, as is the coach, the manager, Caitlin Flanagan. Alholm was cruising. So far, 6 strikeouts. And she had held him off pretty well, but she has surrendered 5 runs. I mean, granted, part of the runs are also due to some defensive issues, but at the end of the day, what everyone looks at is the scoreboard, and right now that reads St. Peter-Marian 9 and North Andover 6. Of course, top of the 6th, so we still have, so North Andover still has a couple of innings to come back. Alholm still up there. She pitches in. That's a swing and a strike, and the throw goes into center field, and goes past everybody. And she's just going to keep going. And it's going to come home. So Smith tried to steal second. The throw went into center field and then went past the center fielder. And as a result, Smith just kept on going, went all the way around. And as a result, that is another run. So now it's 10-6. And at bat for St. Peter-Marian now, that's number 12, Chloe Beeland. And if she's able to get on base, we'll have gone through the whole order in this top of the 6th. Pitch well in the dirt. Almost looked more like bocce than softball there. Alholm still in there, still battling. Hoping her team can pick her up in the bottom of the 6th. And that one's in, that's a strike. And the pitch comes in, and that is popped up. And that is going to be foul on the left field side. Six runs have come in for St. Peter-Marian in the top of the 6th. 2 outs. And so far what we've seen is a pretty big 2-out rally, and that one fouled. And Beeland's still up. Pitch comes in, and ground ball over to third, throw to first, and the inning is over at last. But that was a big inning for the St. Peter-Marian Guardians as they bring 6 across. And at the end of 5.5, big change in the score. And now it's St. Peter-Marian 10 and North Andover 6. Coming up next, bottom of the 6th inning action. You're watching Scarlet Knights softball right here on North Andover Cam. Bottom half of the 6th inning, and North Andover has a lot of ground to cover. They went into this inning leading 6-4, and right now they trail 10-6. And the inning will start off at the plate. We have number 17, that's Allison Zagrasso, top of the order. McKay in with the pitch. That one's high. That's a ball. Next pitch in from McKay. That's in the dirt. That's a ball. And the pitch comes in, and that's a solid hit. Oh, right to second base, though. And she picks it up, and safe! Beat out the throw. Ground ball was picked up by the shortstop Moran. She fired it over to Smith at first. However, Zagrasso had got it in there ahead of the throw, so she legs one out, single. And she has gotten on base to start the inning. Coming up now is Carly Howe, number 3, at second base. And she flies one out to right field. Coming under it is, oh! Dorcenas dropped it, but once again, they get the force out. Dorcenas had it, but had dropped it, but the runner hadn't gone too far, expecting the fly ball to be caught. So as a result, she was forced out very quickly. So on a fielder's choice, Zagrasso is out at second, and Howe gets on first. And now coming up is Olivia Rondo, and that ball is in the dirt, ball 1. And the pitch comes in for McKay, and Rondo fouls it off. And I hear it hit pavement. Celebratory fist pump from Sam Murray, our camera guy, on that one. Of course, I'm looking at my car right in the line of fire. I'm like, how ironic would that be? I think I just jinxed myself. McKay with the pitch. That's in the dirt, and that's loose. And running to second, and getting there. She is safe. So Howe, smart base running, heads up. She's able to make it to second. North Andover needs base runners, and they need them fast. Bottom of the 6th, 10-6 in favor of St. Peter-Marian. 1 out, 1 runner on. And it's at the backstop, and coming to third is Howe. So what we saw at the top of the 6th, the bottom of the 6th, some loose balls have resulted in base runners advancing. Pitch to Rondo, and that's a pop-up. It's going to be foul. And here we go once again. Pitch comes in, and it is low. And it's a ball. So Rondo is able to hold off and is able to draw a walk. So now we've got 2 runners on base. And taking some big cuts there, getting ready for the Scarlet Knights, number 10, Alyssa Roderick. And that's a ball. And the pitch, that's a ground ball, that's foul. 1-1. McKay getting ready to deal once again, and that one's fouled off as well. So here we go, big situation here. 1 out, 2 runners on. North Andover down by 4. Pitch from McKay, swings and fouls once again. Just fights that one off, but it's 2 strikes still. North Andover trying to get some of those runs back they gave up in the top of the 6th. Pitch, and that is a ground ball, and that's going to go, let's see. I believe that was fouled, and then dribbled up. So everyone will go back to their spots, and we'll do this all over again. Seeing if they can get some extra pitches and try to wear McKay down a little bit. McKay's got that very active, strong windup. Here we go again. Roderick going back to the plate. McKay thinking about her next move, getting ready to deliver. Here we go. In comes the pitch, and she swings and strikes out. That's another out. That's the 3rd strikeout of the day for Erin McKay. And that's going to bring up Devin McElhinney, who's got 3 RBIs today so far. They could definitely use her bat in this particular junction. McKay in with the pitch, that's high. That's ball 1. And coming up after McElhinney is Talia Brown, who's got a couple of RBIs of her own. And that goes right to second base. Over to, there we go. They touched them all. They touched them basically. This went over, and it was picked up off the ground by Moran, who got it over to Herlihy, and that'll retire the side. And that'll do it for the bottom half of the 6th inning. North Andover threatened, but didn't push anybody across at the end of 6. St. Peter-Marian 10, North Andover 6. Coming up next, more Scarlet Knights softball right here on North Andover Camp. Top of the 7th inning right now, North Andover trailing by 4 runs. Score right now, St. Peter-Marian 10 and North Andover 6. North Andover defensive players getting into position for this top of the 7th inning. And coming up, I believe we're going to see number 3, Rory Hughes, who actually started off last inning. That inning that generated 6 runs for St. Peter-Marian. Pitch from Alholm, who's still in the dirt, ball 1. There's some conferencing at the mound last inning. And Alholm seemed to be struggling a little bit, but at the same time, once again, there were some defensive miscues too, so definitely was not all on her. Pitch comes in, and that is a foul grounder nubby thingy. You can add that term to your sports dictionary. I think it's right after grouper. Grounder nubby thingy, or maybe before. Here comes the next pitch from Alholm. And that one is solid, and it goes out to left field. It's going to take a hop. It's going to fall for a base hit. And Hughes got on to start last inning with a base hit. She does the same thing this inning. And she is on first base, starts with a base hit. And St. Peter-Marian picking up where they left off. And the next batter coming up now, this is going to be number 27 now. And I'm sorry, let's see. Yep, it is 27. It is the pitcher. And pitch is in the dirt. Oh, pickoff move back to first, but they don't get it there in time. Runner is safe. Once again, here we go. Alholm getting ready to deliver. St. Peter-Marian looking to pad that lead even more. And that is a ground ball, and it goes right to the pitcher, and she was going to go to second. Instead, she goes to McElhinney at first and gets the out. It's a fielder's choice. And that is number 20, Caitlin Sundstrom. It was just a small ground ball, went right back to the pitcher, Alholm. She thought about going to second, but didn't look like she'd be able to get Hughes, so she just went to first to get the force on Sundstrom. And that pitch is up a little bit. That's a ball. And our next hitter here is the right fielder, number 25, Eleni Drosidis. And the next pitch to her, and that's going to go right through. That's another base hit. And they're going to send Hughes home. Here we go. The throw comes in, and they're just going to throw it back to second base. So once again, Drosidis with a hit. This time she's getting an RBI to go with it. And now it's 11-6 in favor of St. Peter-Marian. One out. And once again, this has all gone terribly wrong for North Andover, who at one point led this game 6-1. Alholm with the pitch. That is low. And that is a ball, obviously. One down, top of the seventh. St. Peter-Marian, they've already gotten another run across. They've got a runner on first. Only one down. And once again, Samantha Alholm ready to pitch. And here we go. In with the pitch. And going for second. And, oh, it goes right through. They tried to throw to second, went through to center field, but there, Jordan Purdy came up with it before anything could go terribly wrong, but another stolen base. And they've got another run in scoring position now in the person of Eleni Drosidis. And Tortora up to bat. She's got the lone home run of the game. And she hits one into right field. That's going to fall, and that's going to be a hit. Drosidis is going to be sent home. And the throw to the plate. And, oh, they couldn't catch it. As it went from, oh, they go to third now. And she is out. She is out. So basically the single hit into right field. And then from there, Brown threw it in to Rondo. Rondo threw it home, just got past the catcher. The runner was trying to go all the way to third base on it. Catcher threw it over to third, and they got the runner. So that's an out for Tortora. And that's a strike as we face the next batter here. And that's going to be the leadoff hitter, once again, Amelia Soltis. And that is hit right to second base. Over to first to McElhinney, and that'll retire the side. But once again, St. Peter-Marian gets another run across. And at the end of 6.5, the score stands. The St. Peter-Marian Guardians 12 and the North Andover Scarlet Knights 6. One last try. North Andover's going to need a big rally. We'll bring you the bottom of the 7th inning next right here on Scarlet Knights Softball on North Andover Cam. And the first pitch of the bottom of the 7th inning fouled off. As Mackey looking for the complete game, and right now she is facing, that's Brown, number 13, Talia Brown. And she grounds it to the pitcher, going to first, and one down. And that'll go in the books, 1-3. Scarlet Knights down to their last 2 outs. Coming up now is number 5. That's going to be Sarah Monahan. And the pitch. That's what fouled off. And it hit it hit pavement. Oh, it's better to hear a thud than a crash, I say. Or a tsh. Aaron McKay getting ready to throw the next pitch. And he comes, and that's a ground ball to third, over to first, and that's an out. And that'll be recorded 5-3. Monahan grounds out. And now North Andover has their last batter, possibly, in the person of the catcher, number 7, Sophie Mitchell. Big turnaround in this game. At one point, Scarlet Knights led 6-1, but then St. Peter-Marian over the next few innings ripping off 10, count them 10 unanswered runs. North Andover down to their last hitter. That one's high, that's a ball. And here we go again, Mitchell. That's in the dirt, and that's the backstop. Something like that would have been good last inning when they had a couple of runners on base, but right now the bases are empty, and they're down to their last out. And that one's high. And that's a ball. So they do have a runner on base. The Scarlet Knights stay alive as Mitchell is able to draw the walk, which will now bring up the pitcher, Samantha Alholm. And the first pitch in from McKay. And that one's put up in the air. And it's going to be in play, and that is caught at second base. That'll retire the side, and that will end the ball game as it's caught by the shortstop, Lauren Moran. And that's going to do it. Final score once again today here at McAvoy Park. The St. Peter-Marian Guardians 12 and the North Andover Scarlet Knights 6. And on behalf of my camera guy, Sam Murray, I'm Bill Robert, thanking you for tuning in today. You've been watching Scarlet Knights Softball right here on North Andover Cam. Thank you very much for watching.